Exactly 1 week until Election Day. The president will be out on the campaign trail, set to hold rallies in Lansing, Michigan, West Salem, Wisconsin, as well as Omaha, Nebraska, and then he heads out to spend the night in Las Vegas ahead of a rally in Nevada on Wednesday.
Hey, girls, bring your ventilators.
Yeah. Super spreaders across the country. Joe Biden, meanwhile, heads to Georgia today for the first time as the Democratic nominee. He'll hold a drive-in rally in Atlanta that is socially distanced. Georgia remains neck and neck in the latest polling. We told you yesterday about the Atlanta Journal-Constitution poll that has Biden up by 47 to 46%, with a margin of error of plus or minus 4 points. In Wisconsin, the latest Reuters Ipsos poll shows Joe Biden ahead by 9, 53 to 44%. In Pennsylvania, the same poll finds Biden leading by 7, 51 to 44. In Texas, the latest New York Times Siena College poll puts President Trump ahead by 4, 47 to 43%.
So, John Heilemann, you know, these polls could be off, and if they are off, let's just shut the whole thing down because polls have never been this wrong before. If you're looking at the polls, though, that Donald Trump's team is looking at and that Joe Biden's team is looking at, forget about the public polls, they will both tell anybody that asks off the record, if you know them well enough, Michigan's gone and Wisconsin's gone. I don't know that Donald has figured that out yet, but they're gone. Pennsylvania is slipping away quickly, but they still have the Sun Belt strategy where they win those Sun Belt states and they somehow figure out a way to win Pennsylvania. And yet, we talked about it last hour with Jonathan Lemire. This president has a scattershot approach. He's going everywhere, which means he's going nowhere. He's not focusing on any areas. What are you hearing right now about the president's strategy and why he's using such a scattershot approach? And what's the map look like to you?
Good morning, guys. I think the president's in a state of panic. I think that's the only real answer. And I think you see things like you guys pointed to it last hour when you talked about Trump being up in New Hampshire as a good example of that kind of panic. There's places he's going where it makes absolutely no sense. And, you know, you could look at Wisconsin and Michigan, and I guess, you know, there's still, you know, if you're Donald Trump and you believe in the magic of 2016 and you've convinced yourself that you did something that the polls, you've convinced yourself of the false conventional wisdom that the polls in 2016 were wildly wrong and that you had some political magic. Somehow you're going to pull it all back together in some of these states. You know, you get convinced yourself to go to those places, but you go to a place like New Hampshire where there's not been a poll this year that's had Donald Trump within double digits of Joe Biden. So, I mean, I think there's just a degree of you're starting to see the walls close in, and that's what I'm seeing in the map, right? I think, you know, there's still a path for Donald Trump to win the presidency, but it is, you know, the best analogy that people have used is, you know, he pulled it inside straight in 2016. He's going to have to pull it inside straight flush this time. And, you know, there's just so much going on that argues against that straight flush. There's no bright spot in the map right now, Joe. That's the best way to simplify this, right? There's Donald Trump is on defense everywhere, and Joe Biden now is increasingly on offense, feeling incredibly confident now about their standing in the core 6 battleground states, confident enough that they're starting to press into states that they spent all of the last 8 months saying they would not go to until they knew that they had a clear path to 270. So there's we have Joe Biden going to Georgia. We have Kamala Harris going to Texas. We have Joe Biden going to Iowa. These are states that they have resisted the siren call of all year. And now, and I think it's a sign not that they've become foolish, but that the discipline that the Biden campaign has shown over the last 8 months in staying out of those places, they now are confident enough in the rest of the map that they feel like with their financial advantage and their polling advantages that they can start to really stretch the map out and keep Donald Trump on the run. And that's what the last week of this campaign looks like to me. Trump in desperation and on defense, and Biden incredibly confident and on offense.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.